Lights Out, written by supervillainesses. The need for proximity was always the worst when they weren't locked up at the same time. Even though they couldn't see each other often when incarcerated, just the assurance that he was there was enough to put Harley at ease. Most days. Harley! Pam's rough voice, rough in the way wool was both coarse and soft all at once, came from the cell right beside hers. Harley imagined they were back to back as she balanced there on her head with that wall supporting her, the one housing the vent that allowed their communication. If you sigh one more time, I will release my strongest spores into your cell.
I can't help it, Red. I'm a balloon with a hole in it. Puppy with no strings. A blip without...
Note how they're all things that are empty, brainless, or full of hot air, Harl.
How am I gonna breathe with no it?
Don't even start, Quinzel! Harley squeaked, falling flat on her face. She somersaulted forward, rubbing her red nose.
You scared me, Pam! And why'd you have to use that name? You always call me Harley, or some kind of flower.
Pam was silent. Harley imagined that they were back to back against the wall, and Pam's brooding was tangibly overtaking it, putting the big B's dark cloud to shame.
Fine, I get it. Be that way. Shut out your only friend in this cold, wide world of ours. Leave poor baby Harley out like a puppy out in the rain.
Harley pouted, waiting. Ivy wasn't biting.
Your toxins won't work on me anyway, you know? I'm probably the only one in this whole building that can touch you without a hazmat suit.
World.
What?
But Pam wouldn't repeat herself. Harley's back thumped against the wall, folding her arms.
I can't talk to you when you're like this. It's like talking to a brick wall.
That was bad, even for you.
That's it!
Pam made a sound as if she choked on her own spit.
Harley!
Harley sprung to her feet and pressed herself to the wall.
Hey, Pam?
No.
You don't even know what I was gonna say!
I don't need to know.
How would you like one free snuggle on the house? What do you say?
No.
Come on!
Harley stepped back, writhing in place, as if Pam could see her begging.
It'll be just like back in the old hideout. I'll sleep on one end, you'll sleep on the other.
I wake up with your toes in my nose.
I'll be little spoon, you'll be big spoon.
You'll fart on me in your sleep. Harley's face was splashed with red warmth.
Nuh-uh.
You're a sleep farter, Harl. You can't be pretty and not have one drawback like that. Surely you suspected.
Oh my god, you think I'm pretty?
Harley touched her face. You're hopeless. The lights of the cell block dimmed before shutting off, leaving only a small, bluish light lit. Harley huffed and fell onto her thinly padded bunk, dejected. She hugged her pillow, shuddering a little, but she wouldn't cry. She was a strong girl. Lights out, ladies, the guard announced, walking past cells with his arms folded behind his back. How he got the night shift in a women's cell block, Harley didn't know, but he seemed awfully squirrely. He was too afraid to even lay a hand on one of them. What? Harley could hear Pam muttering something to the guard, but didn't think much of it. Pam had been trying to wheedle extra blankets out of various scars for the past 3 weeks. She was more sensitive to cold than she would ever admit to Harley. It was half the reason they shared a bed when Joker was away, or had kicked Harley out on her keister. and it was half the reason why she had offered tonight. Arkham was a cold place in midwinter, and last night she heard Pam's teeth chattering in her sleep.
Come on! Just give her a damn blanket!
The guard walked away, and Harley waited and waited and waited until she was sure Pam was never going to get so much as an extra pillowcase. Infuriated, Harley stood up on her bunk, jimmied off to the grid of her vent, and pushed her own blanket through until she heard the fabric leave the metal encasement. Pam gasped, but her chattering teeth eased. Harley smiled wanly and laid back down for sleep. Harley awoke to a soft knock at her cell door. It took her a moment for her eyes to adjust in the dark, but when they did, she saw two silhouettes outside the clear glass. She rubbed at her blurry eyes and gasped.
Red?
She whispered, stumbling to her feet and up to the door that was now wide open.
What's happening? Are we breaking out?
It was the plan. Pam slid in past Harley, arms behind her back. But prison guard Paul says there are too many on duty for us. Harley could see now what Pam had done. She hadn't just spoken to the guard from earlier. He had apparently leaned in too close to the slat where meals were administered to the inmates because he was bored. His eyes were vacant and his expression was dopey. He kept looking at Ivy like she was some sort of wayward goddess slumming it in an insane asylum, only half false. You can go now. She dismissed her new minion with a wave of her hand.
It's good that we are trying to escape.
Harley tried to whisper and yawn at the same time, and it came out like a gasp.
I'm so tired. I'd probably go to Papa God and end up punching myself in the face. Also, I don't have my props.
You're pretty deadly without them. Pam arched a brow. Harley, suddenly bashful, waved a hand. You're not gonna ask, are you? Pam smirked a bit. You really must be tired, not to put two and two together like this.
Please, don't ask me to do math right now, Pam. It's too late and I'm too...
Pam sat on the edge of Harley's bed and presented what she had been holding behind her back. The smile on her face was both coy and cunning, as if excited to show Harley her cleverness. Two identical blankets were now on her lap in a neatly folded pile. You actually thought I'd let you sleep uncovered in the cold? Silly sunflower. You must think I'm a cold bitch.
Nah.
Harley tried not to cry, succeeding except for the blurring of her vision as she blinked it away. She glommed onto Ivy so hard she knocked them both down onto the bed.
Just cold.
True words. Now hurry up. Pam, laughing, wrapped herself in one blanket, lying down at the bed's edge. You aren't the only one who's sleepy.
Okay.
Harley took the other blanket and dived in behind Pam, wrapping them both up in the extra layer.
And I guess I'm mixed spoon tonight, since I'm a sleep partner and all.
Yeah, but at least you're a cute one.
True.